It's a Wellness Wednesday, so we have Mississippi's favorite doctor, Dr. Quinn, in the house, but via Zoom. And Dr. Quinn, we talk about diets all the time, about being healthy, making sure that you eat the right foods. But there's a billion different diets that advertise. What is the best one? Are they good? Are they bad? I mean, how do you pick one for yourself?
Well, here's the deal. I'm board certified in obesity weight loss medicine for the American Board of Obesity Medicine. And so many patients ask me the same question: what's the best diet? So what we have to do every 24 months is we have to do something called maintenance of certification, where we have to read very long scientific journals, and we have to answer questions online. And if we pass 12, then we remain board certified. This past weekend, I spent about 4 hours reading this very lengthy journal about all these different diets. I'd say there were probably like 40 diets in here, and there were a lot of scientific facts and findings, but overwhelmingly, the end result was the best diet, be it the Atkins diet or the Slim Fast diet or Jenny Craig or intermittent fasting or fasting. There are 3 variables that are constant in the most successful diet. The first variable is the diet has to be somewhat enjoyable to the person that's participating in a diet. So if you have someone that's always eating Southern cuisine or certain foods, the diet has to have foods that are similar to what they already eat. It has to be familiar, meaning that it can't be totally different from what they've eaten before, and it has to be sustainable, meaning that they have to be able to stick to it for a long period of time. These are the 3 consistent variables that define a good diet.
Yeah, and you talk about that exercise. Ultimately, you can eat healthy, but the exercise part has to come along with it. So you can pick the perfect diet, but you got to do some of the other things around it as well.
Right. There's different research that shows that if you can lose weight and you exercise, then you have a better chance of sustaining the weight loss. But if you want to lose weight, overwhelmingly, the research is showing that it's 80% diet and maybe 20% exercise initially to lose the weight, but to sustain the weight, then it goes up to about 40% exercise and 60% diet.
You talk about enjoying the diet, because I think one of the biggest problems people have is they do the diet, they're very good for a month, and then you go right back to your bad habits before. So when you're picking it, it's really about the enjoyable and finding something that makes sense for what, like you said, what you eat.
Right. It has to be a diet that is somewhat enjoyable and familiar and sustainable. Feasible. My wife is back there helping me out. Thank you, Dr. Scientific Queen. But it has to be for that individual. So basically what I'm saying is, if you're someone that grew up in Macomb, Mississippi, like me, don't eat a diet that's basically based on a different culture, but try to eat a diet that's more similar to what you grew up with, something you're familiar with. So for instance, if you eat chicken, instead of eating a breast and a drumstick and a back, maybe just have the drumstick and that's it. Smaller portions are better. So that's the best way to be successful with your diet. Enjoyable, familiar, sustainable.